Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. Currently playing everything that was released sometime in August 1982, and we were last playing Galaxy by Avalon Hill on the Commodore 64. With 20 players and 40 planets, let's see if it's done loading. Oh, is it frozen? Oh, looks like we won't get to play any more Galaxy. Darn. Well, we tried our best. It took a long time to load, and maybe it'll finish at some point. I think we overloaded the Commodore 64 too far. In that case, it's time to see what is next. We're now on the TRS-80 color computer, and this is Gangbusters. Let's take a look at Gangbusters. All we got is an ad that you would have seen by Prickly Pear Software. If you ever wanted to try a life of crime, this is your chance. You'll start out as a punk. Using brains and a little muscle, you can rise to become a hood, runner, bookie, torpedo, fence, kingpin, or win by becoming syndicate boss. Indulge yourself. Take out a contract on another player, watch as they come after you, buying trucks and companies, bootleg operations. It's only 25 bucks, it says, on disc and 20 bucks on tape, if you agree with this ad. So let's see what Gangbusters is all about. This is Prickly Pear Software at sometime in August 1982. This one's going to be fun. This is one of the first Let's Start a Life of Crime on a computer. Now, we already played some games that whenever you want to do a management simulation game, they give you options and menus, but we've been mercenaries before. This is the first time we're going to be playing as true mafia. It's 1920. Prohibition's just begun. A few punks like yourself have seen this as a chance to gain money and power. Just watch out for the Gangbusters. This one is 2 to 6 players. You have to have another person with you, so a computer will not play with you. Yes, go TRS-80. So I'm gonna select 2 people. It's gonna ask who lives in Brooklyn. Chrono lives in Brooklyn. Who lives in Philly? Philly, we're gonna do, last person in chat was Mikey. I don't know where you're living, but we'll just say Mikey lives in Philly. So the year's 1920. Mikey from Philly is a punk right now. Here's your income. From shakedowns, you got $3,000. Hit any key. You've been offered a chance to complete a contract and pick up $5,000 in fresh scratch. Well, and you get to decide if you want to do it. We'll say yes. Let's do it. So the court building, you were caught attempting murder. The penalty's 4 years. In the prosecuting, you were convicted, and the sentence was 4 years. You're in prison and still have 4 to serve. So that means the first player, Mikey, is in prison. And we can make a payment to the juice man. You owe him $0. Take out a contract, have your sheet pulled, steal a limo, or continue. We'll just say continue for now. And then we have operation levels. The higher the level, the more money. Oh, the risk goes up too. We can do union skimming, bootlegging, or girls. To make changes, key in your choice, or 4 to go on. We'll just go on for now. So it is menu-based, like other systems, but this is a management simulation game. But it's a management done as a mob boss, or eventually you'll become a mob boss. What a great idea. We've been mercenaries before. That's the most craziest idea, but we've also been the spice trade on ships. We've also done space trading from different planets. So this is in the 1920s getting to do this. Oh, yeah. And now we have, okay, it's giving us our information of what we have for unions, bootleg, and houses. Nice. Limos, henchmen, and Betsies. They're even using the terms from 1920. All right, so now it's my turn. Chrono from Brooklyn. It's 1921. I'm a punk. From shakedowns, I got $3,000. Now I've been offered a chance to complete a contract and pick up $5,000 in fresh scratch. I'm going to say no, since you saw what happened to Mikey. So there we go. We got investments. We can do a trucking union, bootleg operation, open a house, quote unquote, bulletproof limo, and payoff. So we can do $6,000. Let's go ahead and do a trucking union. And let's do 6 to go on. We can pay the ponies or continue, which is at the Churchill Downs. Let's pay them. Let's get some money. Let's see. They're in the gate. We can bet on Beetle Bomb, Eclipse, Man of War, Whirl Away, or Satan. I'm betting everything on Satan. What is your bet? I think we got $2,000, right? Let's try that. Oh, you lose. Remember, all horse players die broke. Oh, darn. So we lost all our money at the horse races. Okay, we'll go ahead and continue to the next screen. Now we can make a payment to the juice man. We owe him no bucks. Take out a contract. Have your sheet pulled. Have your sheet pulled. I'm not familiar with that term. Let's try that one. You have no record to pull. Oh, okay. That one didn't work. All right, so let's go ahead and... Can we steal a limo? Are you sure you want to steal a limo? Lots of guys got scragged doing that. Well, yes, I do. No limos available. That's right, Marshall. We originally played the Lemonade Stand game, and then from Lemonade Stand, we've seen lots and lots of management simulations just get bigger and better and more complex. And this one's pretty cool. This is the first time we've done this as a gangster style simulation. Make payment to the juice man. Steal a limo. No, I'm just going to go continue. It didn't work. And we can also do some bootlegging. Oh, let's do some bootlegging. Enter the percent from 1 to 100. Let's do 50%. Operating levels, the higher the level, the more money. Oh, the risk goes up too. Okay, so we got 50% there. Let's go ahead and go 4 to go on. Mikey is, I think he's still in jail. Shakedown scored, you got 3 grand. You're in prison and you still have 3 to serve. So I guess every turn is a year. So it's 1921 for Mikey, and he can't do anything because he's in jail. So he just continues to the next screen. Pick the options that you want, and then get a spreadsheet, kind of like what's happening in the world of gangsters. And after you get the spreadsheet, then you move on and make decisions. I kind of like this formula, though. The simulation that's done with these menu bases doing spreadsheets actually works better than having to type in a lot of things or trying anything with graphics, because it doesn't work very well. We haven't seen anything work as well. This one is the best way to do it. Oh, you got this. Okay, maybe you should get out of prison soon then. All right, so Chrono's turn now. I'm going to go with... I still only got 3 grand. I started the trucking union, so I got nothing to do there. We need to make some more money. I'm not going to play the ponies. That's not going to work. Let's try taking out a contract this time. You punks, including HUD runners, can't take out a contract. Patience. All right, we can't try that. Let's try stealing a limo again. Going with number 4. Hey, thanks, Atlas. Appreciate it. You sure you want to steal a limo? Lots of guys got scrag doing that. Yes, I do. Oh, no limos available again. No option there. All right, let's go ahead and do continue. Now, this does let you play with 6 people. So if you have 6 people that want to do hot seat gaming in 1982, this would be a cool, fun party game to play. If you have a bunch of nerds and no chicks that you want to play some games with. Or some flapper girls if it's 1920. Operating level, the higher the level, the more money. Oh, the risk goes up too. We'll just go ahead and move on. Can we move? Let's do union skimming. Let's do 80%. And continue on from there. So I'm making some choices, but Mikey's still in jail. Yeah, you're in prison, still have 2 years to serve. So I don't think you can do anything. Can I have my sheet pulled? It'll cost you 20 grand and you ain't got it. Okay, so we can't do that. What about, can we take out a contract? Nope, can't do that either. And of course he's in prison, so that won't work. Operating levels, the higher the level. Oh, maybe we should get some moonshine from this. So yeah, we have no options because he took the risk and he is currently in jail. It's a dice roll. If he did the contract and it worked, it's going to be whatever the chances are of the random number generator in the game. All right, so we did make a little bit money there on union rake-offs. Very nice. So now I got 6,000. Let's go and do a trucking union. And let's do 6 to go. Yeah, I won't do any more like that. And so the way the game works is it just keeps going like this. Turn by turn, you make the decisions to decide which decisions are the good ones, which ones are the bad ones. This is definitely not the first video game we played that follows this formula. This theme is original, though, and it's cool. It's like the beginning of, anybody remember Drug Wars that comes out on MS-DOS? I think late 80s? This is a precursor to that. Obviously, we're doing it in the 20s, but of all the games you could play at the time, the formula is one of the most original and one of the best. So Gangbusters, I actually give this as a really good title for this kind of game, but for all the games you can play on a home computer, it's not really super amazing. I'm still thinking around the average range, maybe 3.5 stars. If this is up your alley, I'm going to say, let's do 3.5 because of the amount of people that could play, and you could have some fun with this kind of formula. And remember, you have to have someone to play with, or otherwise it won't work. But that's not all. Oh yeah, 3.5 with friends. We also have Gangbusters on the Commodore 64. Is it going to be better than it is on the Coco? So this one we have a reconstructed, someone made up a box for the Commodore 64. There's a lot of love on the Commodore 64. And that's it. That's all we have for artwork. Let's pop in Gangbusters. This is Prickly Pear Software at sometime in August 1982. That's true. I understand. If you were in jail, I'd give it the same. Oh, cool. We get a little song before the game. I like it better already. It's 1920 and Prohibition has just begun. If you punks like yourself have seen this as an opportunity to gain money and power, just watch out for the Gangbusters. All right, so we're going to do 2 players again. Who lives in Brooklyn? Chrono lives in Brooklyn. Who lives in Philly? Let's do Curtis. Curtis lives in Philly. All right, so shakedowns looks pretty much the same as it was before. Chrono starts off. I think they do a dice roll to decide who goes first. You've been offered a chance to complete a contract. I'm going to say Chrono's going to do the contract this time. Let's see. You were caught attempting murder, and now Chrono's in jail this time. You're in prison, still have 4 years to serve. Key in your choice will continue. Yeah, this looks the same. It is a slight notch in resolution higher than the Coco, but still is pretty much the same idea. Yeah, all I can do is, let's do 100% skimming while we can. Bootlegging, let's do 100%. Even though I'm in jail, let's do it. Girls, 100%. We're going to be ultimate gangster, even from jail. All right, Curtis from Philly. You got 3,000 from shakedowns. And now for his turn, he's going to decide what he's going to do with his 6,000. You can wait, maybe make some more money and try a bootleg operation. Let's try that. So let's do key in your choice, 6 to go on. You could try doing the betting on horse racing, but we'll say no. Let's not bet on that. And then let's go ahead and not do the contract. Can't steal the limo. We'll go ahead and continue there. There we go. What we want to do is union skimming. He's going to go 100% in. Curtis is going on bootlegging 100% in. Girls go in 100%. Ultimate gangster, let's go. All right, so we have, this is the spreadsheet where all the players that were playing would see what they got. Nothing from anybody the first year. Nothing from limos. Nothing happened. Now we go back to Chrono, and I am currently in prison still for 3 more years to serve. So I'm just going to keep going on. Did I make any money? No, not really. 4 to continue. Yeah, so I still got a little bit of shakedown money. What do I have now? 9 grand. So I'll wait and start a bootleg operation. I'm in prison anyway. All right, let's keep going. Oh, that's true. So when more players buy the limos, then you can try to steal off of them. Eventually, you will become like a mob boss. You'll become the Godfather. So cool. All right, so let's just continue. I'm not going to bet. While I'm in prison, I wouldn't want to do that. Okay, Curtis is up. So now we're going to go and can't steal the limo, take out a contract. Let's go ahead and continue. And now we have 100% for all operating levels, but the risk is going up. He's going to stay there. Looks good. Now we got Chrono still in prison. Darn. Yeah, nothing to see there. I'm still a punk. I'm nothing but a punk. Shakedown scored. Payoffs. Okay, here we go. So Curtis is up. He's got 12 grand. Let's have him start a bootleg operation. And now he's paid for that one. We'll go to 5 for payoffs. Let's do payoffs from the heat. We got any crooked cops? You're paying the heat. Each level provides more protection. Each level costs 10 grand. The juice man won't loan scratch for payoffs. We can't pay. We can't pay that. We don't have that much money right now. All right, so we'll just go ahead and move on. It is random in some places, not as random as others. We played one simulation where you're doing homework and you decide whether you're going to study on college or not and make decisions on that. And that was a complete dice roll of what happens. All right, so now we wanted to go ahead and do moving on to continue and continue. There you go. And so you can see how the game works. You're just making the decisions and deciding which ones are the best decisions or not. Yes, maybe he is. Don Curtis eventually. So there you go. That's Gangbusters, just like we had on the TRS-80 color computer. I would say this is a 3.5-star game if you think of everything right now you could play on all the home computers. Still a fun time. All right, let's see what our next game is. We're back on the TRS-80 color computer, and this is Haunted House. Haunted House is another one. All we have is an advertisement flyer. It's really hard to see that one. But Haunted House there it is down the bottom. This one is for the kids. The house has ghosts, goblins, vampires, and treasures, and problems designed for 8 to 13-year-olds. This is real adventure that doesn't require thinking and problem solving. But it's for the kids. Oh, there's an author's note too. This one was fun to write, says Bob Anderson. Vocabulary and characters were designed for younger players with a lot of things that can happen and give the computer commands. All right, so if it's for kids, I don't know how much enjoyment we're going to have being a middle-aged man, but let's try it out. Let's play Haunted House by Bob Anderson, published by Aardvark at sometime in August 1982. Yes, that is another one we've seen too. All right, so this one is also in basic. Haunted House. Since the beginning of time, there's been games on the TRS-80 called Haunted House, and not to be confused with the Haunted House on the Atari 2600 that we've already seen. But for a child's version of Haunted House, I don't think we're going to last very long. Oh, here we go. Look, you are at lawn. You see letter mailbox. It's like we're cavemen talking. Okay, so get letter. I think hopefully it'll understand that one. We are carrying letter. Read letter. Drop treasure here. Type score. You have till midnight. Okay, so you can see how it's working out. It's very rudimentary. You want to go east? What? You have to type in east, right? What? You don't understand that? Go east. You are at porch. Yikes. So it's the text parser that does not understand E, W, S, and N. You have to type go and then the word. I don't think the kids would like that. If I was 8 years old playing this, would you get used to it? No, I wouldn't think so. Yes, this is a very rudimentary text parser, and it's playing like Colossal Cave Adventure. So this is new for August 1982. Not really going to do it. I'm actually going to stop there. That isn't good enough. I was expecting a haunted house. I wanted to be scared. So I'm going to have to give Haunted House a very bare bones 1 star. Of all the games you can be playing on a home computer, of course I'm rating it as a middle-aged man. This isn't the demographic for this game, but there's better games you can be playing. Yes, it is not Zork for sure. But there is a haunted house that came out in 1979 on the TRS-80 that was advertised as a nightmare simulation program. And then it came out again in 1980 on the Atari home computer. Now, that haunted house we didn't play because I couldn't find it until now. This is Haunted House on the Atari home computer by Creative Computing Software. This just recently got put out on Atari Mania. So let's check it out while we can before we miss it. Here's the ads you would have seen for Haunted House on Atari. Where does it say it? I guess this isn't the manual for it. But this is the ad you would have seen by Creative Computing Software. Oh, there it is. You're trapped in a mansion alone except for the spirits that haunt the place eternally. Can you find the exit before midnight? The ever-changing game complete with sound effects is perfect companion for... Oh, it's an adventure game with sound effects. It's only $12 there. And there's the cassette you would have played for Haunted House. And we do have the manual. So this is by Randall S. Matthews. Way to go, Randall. Creative Computing. I've already seen some really good games by them. So this is loading on cassette. When you get inside, Haunted House is a nightmare simulation program for the Atari computer. You find yourself in the following predicament. You're lost in one of several hallways of a haunted house. If you find your way out before midnight, you will survive. Otherwise, you do not. So it's not picking up treasure. It's just surviving, which is kind of cool. You move throughout the house, discovering rooms and secret passageways, and then you move. Okay, so they have a clock in the top right, so you have a certain time limit to get through. And how do you move around? Okay, so it shows you all the commands. R to move right, left, forward, backward, and then if you have a staircase, you can go up and down. And then you have S to do searching for the room. And if the room looks familiar, you can find secret passageways. And we have ghosts in some of the room. It'll say someone else is in the room. If you leave, you may not encounter the ghost. And then, oh, nice. Cool. So it's time to go back in time even further. At some time in 1980, here is Haunted House by Creative Computing Software. Better late than never, I always say. All right, we're going to have to load this up on cassette. Hold your ears. I'm going to fast forward so we can go through it a little quicker. I see Curtis go throwing out the rating for the last Haunted House. I have heard about this one, but I couldn't find it before, so I'm excited to get to show this one off. Yeah, there we go. Let's see how interesting this is, and if it will scare anyone. In 1980, I wouldn't think so. Please wait 15 seconds. We don't have time for that. Yeah, I'm speeding that up. So I inputted an invalid command. In this game, there is no text parser. You just have these commands here, and that's it. That's all you have, and you're just trying to get out of the haunted house. So when you put in a wrong key or try to type in like an actual adventure game, this comes up. So what do we want to do? Let's do search. I can't search in the hallway. Of course not. How silly of me. So we're in the hallway, which extends to your right and to your left. Let's go right. Okay. We're into the hallway, extends the head behind you, and right there is and behind to your right there is a door. Okay, so right. There is very quiet sound effects of the door opening. And you walk through. You would be dimming the lights right now. So in the top left, they have a slight key to let you know where you are, and then in the top top left is where the key is. Top right is the time. Now we're in the maid's room. Behind you is a door. To the left, there is a door. So let's go behind us. We open the door. Yeah, they're doing little bitty sound effects of the door opening and walking through. Okay, we're now back in the hallway, and we extend And there's a door. You can go to the right and to the left, and behind us there is a door. So let's go behind us again. Does this lead us back into the same room? Because they haven't told us which direction we are, like if we're north, south, east, and west. I'm already a little disoriented, and I'm used to adventure games that tell you which cardinal direction you're in. Yeah, we should have stolen the maid's wages. Yeah, we're back in the maid's room. But we can't do it because there's no text parser. So this is an adventure game that doesn't give you that kind of freedom, or it feels like freedom. This one just has commands, and you enter the commands and go. All right, let's go back to the hallway. The maid's room is not where we want to be. I'm digging the sound effects, though. For 1980, that is way too immersive. And walk through. I wouldn't expect anything less from creative computing. Okay, so we can go to the right and to the left. Let's go to the left. What is to the left of the hallway? And as soon as you put in the command, it just goes to the next place. Okay, we're in the hallway, extends ahead of you and behind of you, so go forward. So we'll just keep walking down the hallway and see what we find. I'm already seeing Atlas's review. It's already a half star. Remember, we're in 1980 right now. I'm sure you could have played this in 1982 as well. You're in the hallway, it goes to the right and left. And to the left, there's a door. Go in that door. What's in the door? We need some creaky sound effects. And walk through. It is very slow-paced. We did play a faster-paced one before. Dr. Slump's adventure game. I forget the full title of it. You're in the gymnasium. Behind you is a door. And that's as far as we go. Okay, so yeah. I didn't induce any nightmares, but you got to admit they are trying something different, not letting you use a text parser. I would give that a lower rating considering other adventure games, but it is 1980, so I'd still say of all the games you could play, it's a 2.5 star game. So for 1980, I wouldn't bring this down the bad range. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You did consider the release date. Yes, the suspense is where the nightmares come in. I'm sure if you play it longer, you see some ghosts, maybe it'll get scary then. By the way, that first haunted game that we played, Haunted House, that one had no save feature. The one for the kids, it deserves a very low rating. Yes, scary. Yes, someone took the time machine. It's time to press forward and see the next game. On a brand new Commodore 64, here's Head On. Another Head On game. Let's take a look at the... Oh, we don't have a real box. It's another reconstructed one from all those people that love it. And another one that's reconstructed. This is not a real box. Computer Matt did not, or we couldn't find a real box for Head On. But we did find in one of the ads that you would have seen in the magazine. Look at that. Vic Software or CBM 64. Where is Head On? I don't see it. There's so many games here. Oh, there it is. Bottom right. Head On by Computer Matt.
Personal computer from Commodore.
Yes, right? They probably would. All right, let's pop in and play Head On. This is by Nick Dudzik at sometime in August 1982. Published later by Smith Software. Do we want instructions? Yes, we do. We probably don't need them. It's Head On. The object of the game is to get all the dots before your enemy car does. Yeah, it's how you play Head On. Enemy's always going to travel clockwise, and you'll always travel counterclockwise. You can use these cues to move around. Hit the proper direction twice for a double slot. Oh, there's no speed change. Interesting. Hit a key when you're done reading. We got joystick control for port 2, so take your controller out of port 1 of your Commodore 64, put it in port 2. The joystick will work similar to the keyboard. You can move 2 lanes if you move the joystick twice, and then select difficulty level. Oh, you can use that with a joystick. Nice. Hit a key. Oh, cool. Yeah, look at the top. My level goes up using the joystick. Pretty fresh. Okay, let's do level 1 and go. So this is Head On. We've seen Head On since in the arcade of April of 1979 when Sega brought it to the world, and we've seen about 25 Head On variants or Head On games that are very similar to this. That's how many so far. One of the most popular ones, of course, was Dodge 'em on the Atari VCS, and the most recent one we played was Crazy Maisie for the Apple II. But there's been a bunch, and this game we've actually already seen. I just wanted to see the explosion. On the Commodore VIC-20, this one already came out, and we gave it a 1.5 star rating. So the Computer Matt version came out. This one looks slightly aesthetically pleasing, but not much more than that. We played better head-on games and variants, and this one's bare bones. But one thing to note, of all the head-on games we played, this is the very first that has 2 columns to change. Look, I changed lanes, and I could change lanes again. We haven't seen that. We've seen changes up on the maze or the map, but that almost makes it a little easy, even though I just crashed. Yeah, this is filling the screen all right. Let's see if we can go over there. Nice, got him. And you can switch 2 lanes, but it's not really doing that much more than what we've seen before. The one on the VIC-20 was insanely slow, and I am doing level 1, so maybe we should crank this up to a faster level and see what happens. If I break this sucker, what? Okay, escape didn't break it, but it is speeding up. No, it's speeding up itself. The best way to play head-on is if you have someone else to play with, and Dodgems already had that. So this isn't doing anything very impressive compared to everything else that's out there. I like it. 1.5 stars, just like we had on the Commodore VIC-20. For this version of head-on, I'm going to say the same 1.5 stars. It is a bad title if you think of everything else you could be playing and all the other head-on games that are available out there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2 stars still from Errol. Very nice. Yeah, I agree. The superior resolution's all right, but it's still not doing anything to push it above a bad rating, in my opinion. All right, with that, let's see our next game. Another one on the TRS-80 Coco. Here is Invaders Revenge. Let's take a look at Invaders Revenge, starting with the box. Now, this one's kind of cheating. This is whenever it was released in the United Kingdom. You can see it says the Color Computer. This is from Med System Software. And then we have the ad you would have seen in magazines at the time. Creepy Med System Software. Oh, there's Phantom Slayer on there. It's too cool. The 3-dimensional game. Oh, I'm so excited. So there's Invaders Revenge. You're the last Space Invader. The cursed humans have destroyed all your compatriots, and the human ships now patrol the space lanes, and their lasers fire at you with deadly accuracy. Your goal is revenge. Wipe out as many of the ships as you can and avoid the photon blasts. Aim for the valuable flagship. Invaders Revenge features multiple difficulty levels and 1 or 2 player game selection. Yes, right? I like it. It's going to be the same box we see when Invaders Revenge comes out on the Dragon 32. I think it's going to be coming out on the Dragon. We also have the manual, but I'm cheating here again, too. This is the manual for the Dragon 32. Yeah, there it is. So we have to load it up, but I do enjoy the artwork. So we'll see this manual again when we see this on the Dragon. It's time to play. This is by Ken Kalish of Med System Software at sometime in August 1982. I don't remember the complete load for this one. Okay, this one is machine language. Nice. Here we go. Gotta love that glow of the Coco. And let's do this. Here we go. Invaders Revenge. I believe one of the first times it's going to do the twist on we get to control the Vader. Now, if we do 2 players, that's alternate play, so it doesn't make a difference, but I'll just do 1 player for now. How many shots? I want maximum shots. 5 shots. I want speed to be 5. We're going to crank it up. All right, now when we boot the game up, I'm moving the joystick and nothing's happening except we get the little waggle down the bottom left. If you did not read the instructions, if you did not know what this game is, this looks broken right now. I thought it was broken because I'm moving the joystick, nothing's happening, and all the ship's doing on the bottom of the screen is moving left and right. And you're like, I have no way to control the ship. When you end up moving the keyboard, though, look what happens. You end up controlling the ship at the top. You are the invader. You're the last Space Invader. And you have this kind of training ground at the top. And when you decide to move forward, you move down, and now you're playing as the Space Invader going against the ship at the bottom, trying to knock them out. So they're following us, trying to shoot us, but you can lure them into your shot, just like that. I can only think of a couple more games we played on the Commodore VIC-20 that allowed you to play as the Invader. And look, we can even shoot the other enemies. So it's we played shooters that take place from the top like this, but this was a cool idea, turning the tables where we play as the enemy. Why has it been so long? Why have we not seen this yet? It feels like this should have been an idea to play backwards. Such a cool concept. And this one is smooth as butter on the Coco. Ken Kalish definitely knows how to... Oh, man. he definitely knows how to use machine language. Oh, that's right. We can do 5 shots at once. I want 5 again. Yes, speed 5. All right, let's do it again. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, the firepower feels so good. This is Invaders Revenge. Now the Space Invaders are coming after us. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna continue to mash this. This is awesome. It's just a cool idea. It's just so fresh being able to play as the bad guy and take everybody out. I feel like we should be playing more as the sprite of the blue, because they look more like Space Invaders than the ship does. This is great! Just imagine you're one of the lone Space Invader that was tired of putting up with all those laser blasts. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm not getting any points for the laser gun at the bottom. That's true. I'm only getting points for everything else. Maybe I'm get some points for the red ship at the top, because it just comes back indefinitely. Right? That's what I think too. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're speeding up. Got to be on your game. It feels a little strange playing a Coco game that's not analog control too, using the keyboard only. Whoa, awesome. All right, are we seeing some of the ratings come out there? Of all the games we played, this is a fresh idea, so I'm already going to give it higher marks for that. And the firepower, having multiple shots like this, you can tell how well it was programmed. It's not really the same fixed shooter like Galaxian, or we just played Galax Attack. This one feels like I have a larger freedom to move around. Our Victor's going 3.5 stars, Punk Rock's going 3.5. Yeah, it's very well done for a home computer game. Yeah. I'm going to have to concede. I feel the same way as the chat. Invaders Revenge is really fun. Of all the games you can play on a home computer, 3.5 stars. Top marks, at least for right now. I love it. Yeah, and love the variety, too, of the settings is cool. I was going full firepower. You didn't have to. All right, with that, let's see what our next game is. It's time to go to Japan and play on the Commodore Max machine. The computer that's probably going to be shelved soon. Let's take a look at the box and play some Kickman. Kickman. We saw this in the arcades back in December of 1981, and here it is, the very first time you could play the official Kickman. But I don't think anyone has made any variants we haven't seen. This is the only Kickman-style game. We played Kick in the arcade is what it was called. All right, let's pop it and play in the cartridge Kickman, developed by Midway, published by Commodore Business Machines at some time in August 1982. Yes, it's ported here. In 2 different places, actually. Oh, we get some music. Nice on the Max machine. Oh, and I already died that fast. If you enjoyed Kick, it was a high-resolution arcade game. It looked the part. It was kind of simple, though. The idea was kind of like you just pop the balloons on top of your head. Almost like we're playing a ball and paddle style game or a breakout game. But the trick is to kick. If you can't make him to pop on top of your head, then you kick him around, bounce around, and then score some extra points. That's what I'm hoping. Yes, if Midway did this one for the port, is Pac-Man going to show up? Here we go. That's it. Clear the screen. Very, very simple concept. It plays pretty much as like the arcade did. There we go. Now we're going to collect some... There it is. Pac-Man's up there. Yes. Unofficial Pac-Man. So the next round, you're just collecting them all in your head. And if you can't collect one, then you kick to the next one. Look at that. And Pac-Man takes them all. It also reminds me of a puzzle game we're going to see a lot later. Remember the puzzle game that Pac-Man did in the 90s? So in a way, this is way ahead of its time. Pac-Man just eating them all up. Yes, and we did it! So for Kickman, I actually enjoy this idea. It's a great concept that is simple, but it works well enough. Of all the games you could play on a home computer, I still say the same about 3.5, maybe even 4 stars, if you like the concept, just going further and further. It's like a pseudo-puzzle game. Yeah, it's a really good port, too. Of all the games you could play on a home computer, I'm actually going to go 4 stars for Kickman. But that's not all, because most people didn't play on the Commodore Max machine. We also have Kickman on the Commodore 64. That's what we're talking about. Let's take a look at the box for Kickman on your Commodore 64. Oh, they even have different artwork. Commodore's firing on all cylinders here. That's true. It is an arcade port. If you enjoyed the port, yeah, Victor's with me. If you like the arcade game, you'd be more into the home port. We flip it on the back. This one has as usual, these early Commodore 64 titles don't say anything about the game on the back of the box. They just want to talk about the Commodore 64. Do we have any other artwork for Kickman? We have the cartridge to pop in the Commodore 64. This one also includes the manual. This possibly could have been the first game that you played, or the first game available for the Commodore 64 as well. We are in that range, or realm. Kickman. Just put the cartridge in and play. So if you have the keyboard, you can use those controls, but we're definitely having the joystick to plug in. You control the skillful unicyclist. Your job is to rack up points by breaking and collecting balloons, ghosts, and Pac-Man. Ooh, they reference Pac-Man on your head. Keep your unicycle close to the middle of the screen. This technique will give you maximum time. Save the kick option for emergencies only. And there's our score table. You got to know what the score is in 1982. Number of men you have left is denoted by the number of unicycles. You obtain an extra unicycle at 40,000 points. Balloons drop in accordance to their point value, and then you can get credit for Pac-Man eating down a stack of balloons on your head. And that's it. Oh, look at that. They have a screenshot. Is that a real screenshot? Sometimes these manuals, when they do screenshots, they're fake. I wonder if that's a real one. All right, here we go. Let's pop in Kickman on the Commodore 64 by Midway at sometime in August 1982. Now we're talking, even though it looks pretty much the same as the Commodore Max machine. I'll wait a little bit at the track mode. It gives you the arcade vibes. I think they tell us some options to play. This one is a single-player game. There it is. Only to play. Use the joystick and go. Oh, yes. I think they are not pleased at this game, too. When we played in the arcades, I brought that up of how Midway was using Pac-Man to make Miss Pac-Man and then Pac-Man Plus. No, they were not happy. They were so unhappy that they went on a rant and just started to make crazy good video games over in Japan. Maybe that's how this whole thing got started, where the United States just tumbles and Japan soars. Oh, I'm not sure. That's a good point. We haven't seen it yet, if that is the case. But of all the games we've seen after Kickman in the arcade, there's been no variants or people trying to be like Kickman. This is it. Kickman in the arcades, and then we got these. The Commodore Max machine and the Commodore 64. Yeah, this plays identical, looks identical. I can't notice any differences between the two. That's it. Come on, where's my Pac-Man? Drop the Pac. There he is. Oh, yes. Unlicensed Pac-Man. Feels so good. Yes, it is very rare. Isn't this bizarre, too? Because it's like you're playing a puzzle game when these kind of puzzle games aren't around. We're still mostly seeing puzzle games that are thinker-type games or Mind Master variants and things like that. No way, we have the Pac-Man Ghost now. So it continues to go on like this, but it's technically not. I should have done a kick. It's technically not a puzzle game because it involves the skill of moving and kicking the balloons. A puzzle game would require just your mostly brain power, right? Yeah, I don't think that. I think this is the Sid chip. This is the beginning of the Sid chip. I'm expecting really good sounds, but I haven't heard anything yet that's better than the Pokey chip on the Atari 800. Kick, man, kick. That's it, kick, man. All you gotta do is get your legs in the way. This guy has the splits down. Yes, there we go. What was Pinhead for? Is Pinhead for Commodore 64? Or for... Oh, we barely made that one. Or the Atari. Look at this. You're picking up the Ghost, too? Awesome. Yeah, that's fun. I'm gonna have to rechange the genre. I think that is like a pseudo puzzle game. It's just like the world isn't ready for this kind of puzzle game yet. All right, of all the games you can play, yeah, I'm still going the same. 4 stars for Kickman. Of all the games on a home computer, this is awesome. Yeah, it's going to take people a while to get used to that SID chip, but when they do, we're going to hear some of the best sounds 8-bit ever on this thing. All right, with that, let's see what our next game is. It's the star of the evening. On the Atari home computer, here's Miner 2049er. If you played this and heard of this, I'm sure you're excited as I am. Let's take a look at the box. Miner 2049er starring Bounty Bob. Oh man, the front of the box is so good. This is Big 5 Software. Bill Hoag's, after leaving TRS-80 games, this is his first game that he left doing games in black and white on the TRS-80, bringing Big 5 Software over to a new computer. Let's flip it over on the back. Oh, so cool. The example screenshot, I think that's the 5200 one, yeah. The programming team that brought you Defense Command and Robot Attack for the TRS-80 now amazes you. It has extensive use of color, 4-channel sound. You control Bounty Bob as he climbs ladders, walks up framework, use special equipment like the transporters, the lift, the cannon to help Bob climb the mine, find the various possessions left by previous explorers, but watch out for mutant organisms that lurk everywhere to try to waste you. Yes. And let's see the other artwork we have for Miner 2049er. Oh man, it's done so well. Here's the ads you would have seen in magazines at the time. Your hottest challenge yet by Big 5 Software. Starting off really well. A big, strong start for Bill Hoag. Stake the claim on the most exciting new game on your Atari home computer. Yeah, the cover's great. And there's the cartridge. If you were to pop it in, you control Bounty Bob as he climbs ladders, walks the framework, uses special equipment. You only need 16K memory for this. Just think of that. 16K. That's pretty good. There's the example of the screenshot. We also have the manual. How do we play Miner 2049er? Now, this must have been a later manual. We've only had a few references of the Atari 1200. I believe it's out, but I don't think the manual would have had it yet. So that's the Atari 400, 800, or 1200 computer. If we can, we're playing on the 1200 right now. So there's everyone that's involved with the game, and there's a nod to Jeff Conyu as well. A lot of people were involved, not just Bill Hoag for this, but majority, yeah. Congratulations on the purchase of the fantastic new arcade-style game. We hope it gives you many hours of enjoyment. Big 5 Software, yes, I love Big 5 Software. Make sure your system is connected to the television, and then preferably insert the cartridge into the slot, or the left slot if you're on the Atari 800. Close the cartridge door. There he is, the story of Bounty Bob. I didn't know there was a story. How long is the story? Oh my goodness, Bounty Bob has a big story. I had no idea there was lore for Bounty Bob. The cleaning woman was diligently dusting the Hall of Fame wall in the office. Headmaster Monty was quietly doing the boring paperwork that all Mounties must attend to. This sounds like it's from the United Kingdom. This has a story that makes me reminiscent of that. So if you want the lore for Bounty Bob, there you go. Had no idea it existed. Title screen is initially displayed in the game. Shows Bounty Bob in the high score display. We have the alert mode display if you which station in the mine you're about to enter, reports the difficulty factor, and zone 1 or the hardest zone is 255. Wow. This is where you control Bounty Bob in his attempt to claim the mine. At the top display, you find current scores of both players. The small circles next to each score represent the number of extra miners you have in reserve. And yeah, this is just explaining what the screen has for us. And then we have the high score initial mode, and then the demo mode if you want. It'll play, rotate to the screen. We have transporters in stations 3 and 7. That's right, we can beam up in the game. I think it's the first time we have any transportation like this in a video game, or at least a platformer. We have the lifts inside the mine. We can control the lifts using the joystick to go up and down. Bob is such a fatso. He moves slow up on the lift. We have the cannon. You can blast yourself out of a cannon. Oh, that's awesome. Firing the cannon is a simple matter. You load the cannon with enough TNT to get the level you want, and then touch the TNT canisters that load into the cannon. Each canister is worth equal to 10 tons of TNT. Wow. So you can use a cannon in the game too. Amazing. And this breaks down the stations. So we get Station 1, which is the mine shaft. Station 2 is the slides. 3 is the transporters. 4 is the lily pads. 5 is the advanced lily pads. 6 is the radioactive waste. Advanced transporters, the lift, the pulverizers, and then finally the cannon. This is a Donkey Kong variant. It's got an inspiration from Donkey Kong with 10 different screens, 10 different levels. Yes, right? We have spoilers. Oh, we're going to try that secret code, by the way, Errol. Yes. So cool. And then they even have some hints for us in the manual, which is nice. Here's our control keys. That starts the game. Difficulty level you can use that's interesting. They're using the numbers to use difficulty level. Start goes back to the high score. Select goes between 1 and 2 player game. If you do a 2-player game, it's alternate play. So you can't have 2 bounty bobs moving around the screen at the same time. Option goes back to high score, and then freeze, or you can use escape for pause, as usual. Turns the lifts on and off. Nice. Look at all those controls and options. It is a smorgasbord. Then how to use the joystick. You got to move around and jump with Bounty Bob. And, oh, they have color shifting that can happen. Oh, that's right. Be wary. If you pause your game, you may get some screen burn in. Nice. Big 5 software. Oh, man. I loved them on the TRS-80. This will be great. We got a few different versions, but we're playing the first one. This is Miner 2049er by Bill Hogue at sometime in August 1982 for your Atari home computer. Yes, right. Where is the INI key? I keep looking for it, but I can't find it. Awesome. We got a nice opening for this. All right, so since we've seen Donkey Kong, there's been lots of games that have been close to Donkey Kong or making riffs on Donkey Kong. We've played about 15 so far here on the channel. And if you want to go through the history, we had Crazy Thief on the Commodore VIC-20, and then Cannonball Blitz came out later. We had Meltdown by APX on the Atari home computer. Then we had Bellhop on the Apple II. After that, we had Sir Egbert Jumper on the Coco. Terrible. Then we had Canyon Climber. Then we had Candy Factory on the Atari home computer, followed by Free Fall on the Apple II, and then Johnny Jump It for the Commodore VIC-20. And the most recent one we played was Crisis Mountain for the Apple II. Wow, we even get a song! That's Clementine, if memory serves. You gotta use any public domain song that's possible. Oh man, yeah. They're really trying to use that Pokey chip. I love it. This is awesome. Alright, so we want to do a 1 miner game. Now, is the difficulty 5? Oh no. I didn't want to go to zone 4 yet. I wasn't ready. No, reset. Yeah, go back. All right, I want to do a 1 miner game, and let's go. That's it, Station 1. I'm prepared. It's the year 2049, and you're a miner in a maze. Whoa, we died in spectacular warping fashion. So cool. So down at the bottom, we got 1 character. They didn't explain in the manual what those are, but don't touch them. But pick up all the items you can, get as many points as you can, and we're supposed to claim as much space as possible, which is walking over the tiles. This is the first time we've seen this as a platformer where you're essentially doing what Amadar did, where you're trying to claim enough space. Or almost you could say is like picking up the power pellets in Pac-Man. That's what you're having to do to clear the level. Yes, that's right. Start is reset, or option. Options is reset. That's the one I just used. Right? Doesn't this look a little like Donkey Kong, but this is not playing the same way. This is giving you a different objective. Oh, nice. Now, I gotta do it because what happens if I just jump off the side? Yes, fall damage. You just splatter. Game over, Miner 1. We're the only miner here. All right, let's do it again. To keep our high score. I want to mess around first because if you've never played Miner 2049er, you would want to get used to this gameplay. This is very fresh. The reason I gave you that history of what we've seen so far is because we haven't seen the myriad of games that are going to be coming out in the United Kingdom on the micros that follow a very similar format as this. So this is kind of reminds me of what we're going to see later by A&F Software called Chucky Egg, and then jump over that one. But we haven't seen any of those yet. They haven't been released yet. Just claim everything you can. Now this time I'm not going to jump off. We'll just pick up the... There it is. Yeah, after we pick up something, they turn into like the power pellets. So as soon as I get an item, then the enemies I can touch. Let's go, go, go. Yeah. So cool. Let's claim all the space and got it. So that's one screen. This has 10 screens. Oh, yes. Yeah, we're going to see it soon. So the next level is changing the formula up. And whenever you jump in this game, oh, the slides. I didn't know about the slides. We didn't pick anything up yet, so that means I need to pick this up and then take them out. There we go. Get them out of the way so I can slide. Yeah, the fun is every level is something new to explore. It kind of reminds me of Cannonball Blitz. That was more of exactly what Donkey Kong is like. This one is straying a little further. So we got to jump over the top. There we go, so we don't slide. And every level has this awesome, has this puzzle of how do you get to the other sides. Now, the one of the best controlling platformers we played so far was, oh, there's the slide again, was the game Pickaxe Pete. Let's see if I can get, no, I didn't get it. Pickaxe Pete for the Odyssey 2, because that allowed you to duck and jump in midair and do like a little fancier maneuvers. Okay, we got it. Made that jump. Nice. Let's go here. Go for this one. And then I'm going to need to jump over this side. There it is. Get him, and then let's just slide down. Wow, so cool. Yeah, this is the first time we've seen something this impressive. Like this many screens, this much variation. How do I get... Oh, I got to slide down after I pick up the item. Got it. Whenever you go in the level, you have to think to yourself, how am I going to get to the next platform? Same one here. We got one guy that's on top. I'm gonna just jump over him and then take out the next one. There. Pick up my item. Now I can wipe him out. Nice. Yeah, this is so much fun. Alright, we gotta make the slide happen. Take him out while we got the points. Oh, yeah. Wow. So it's a platformer, the first platformer we've ever had with slides. There's been... This mechanic is brand new. This is fresh. When I am controlling Bounty Bob, though, I have to commit to the jump. So there is no switching around or turning back. That's it. Uh-oh. I realize now I gotta go all the way back up. So you can get faster and faster times when you get good at the game. Yeah, this is awesome. Uh-oh, are we running out? Yep, uh-oh, time's going down, quick! So we barely made any points because we took so long. No, Bounty Bob is not attractive. It's not about who's the more beautiful character here. It's about how the game is played. Thanks to Mario, though, there's such a thing as fall damage. Every platformer we've seen has fall damage. You can't get away from it. Alright, so this one has the elevators to travel. How do I go in the elevator? Do I just... Oh, cool. Whoa! So you have to use the keyboard. I don't see how I... Yeah, it's not allowing me to do it with the joystick. Okay, so I can fall that far. That's nice. Always remember to know how far you can fall in a game before you go down. Alright, Alice has already thrown out a 5-star rating. Wow. 4.5 or 5? Yeah, the variety and number of levels. We played a game called Candy Factory. I'm sorry, not Candy. Yeah, Candy Factory for the Atari home computer. And that one had a few varieties of levels, but not to the extent of this one. Yeah, I love the idea of having to think where you're going to go next for the next way to play. It's so cool. Ooh, we can put our name in. Let's do it. This has so much polish to it, too. Of all the games we've seen, you can tell they spent a lot of time and love on this one. Alright, so let's try it. Can we go to stage 3? Oh, no, station 1, zone 3. Okay. I see. So this one is the same beginning of the game. You can pick how difficult you would want it to be by pushing the numbers. So if I do 8... Oh, here, let me reset. If I do 8... Yeah, zone 9. But it's still station 1. So you have... Oh, yeah, here we go. So this is like super fast difficulty. But it's still the same station. And if you want to go to different stations, that's why you have to finish the next level. Punk Rock's going 4.5, 5. Yeah, Ariel, I think you voted before we even got to this game. Yeah, this is top tier. Now, we want to see some more levels, so we got a cool little code we can put in. All right, so I'm going to put in this. I think we can do it right now, or maybe we'll try it at the title screen. Let's see. No, okay, yeah, the title screen. What you're going to do is you're going to type in the number for the current phone number for support for Big 5 software, if you knew the number. So we type that number in, 213-782-6861, and then we can do Shift and Stage 3. Yes, it worked! So you can do Shift, and now we can see the third level. So this is the third level. If we go to the next one, we can do fourth level. So cool, yeah. So if you know the super secret code, you can warp to all the different stages and see what they look like, and play them all and practice them all. I mean, look at this. How would I have to think of, can I jump off the ladder? No, you can't jump off the ladder. I'm already thinking like Bounty Bob. And see right there, you'd have to know how to get, oh man, I'm already wanting to know how to do it. All right, so what's 5? Station 5, what's it like? There we go, nice. And you see what they're doing? Oh, can we jump off? Okay, we can get fall damage for that. Oh, don't get the wine, though. Bounty Bob doesn't like wine. Yeah, this is pointed all over the place. This is the first time you can play it in August 1982. And we're going to see one other one before the year is out of 1982, but then this gets ported all over the place. And they have a kind of a cool business model. Big 5, instead of doing all of the games themselves or working on the games themselves, Bill Hogue didn't do that. He just gave other companies the licenses to port the game over and let them do it. That fall damage, which is kind of different than the other games at the time. All right, let's see another one. Where's 6? Oh wait, there's. Can we keep going? Oh no, it doesn't work. We got to type in the code again. But now you'll be able to see all 10 stages, 10 of Miner 2049er. So of all the games we've seen up to this point, this one I would say is better than Cannonball Blitz, which is one of the top ones, and Canyon Climber for platformers. And because of that, and because of the influence this had on all the micros in the United Kingdom and all the games that are going to be platformers later on, I'm going 5 stars for Miner 2049er. It truly deserves it as the king right now, as the best platformer you could play. Oh, and we're going to see the sequel at some point. I am very impressed. That was a lot of fun. This is another game that I want to keep going. I don't want the live stream to stop. I want to keep playing Miner 2049er. That's how good it is. Well, we got to put our video game playing on pause, sadly, so hit the escape key and tune in next episode for a brand new computer from Japan. We're going to play our very first game on the Sharp MZ series of computers, so don't miss it. That's it for today, and like I always say, you haven't lived till you played a game on a 64K of memory. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we miss any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.